And I think that that means that I remembered to do all the things that I have to do, right? That's the important part. But first of all, big waves. Love you guys. Thank you so much for being here this morning. And this is just the highlight of my day. And we're working with the sailings this week. So they went with W's. So every word that they gave us this week started with the W, which was kind of fun. And sorry, Ruth, I can't help you right now. So it's been a fun week with lots of W words, but the word for today is wonder. And so I'm going to I've got Coach Palmer's notes here. I've got some of my notes here. So just bear with me because we're going to rock through it as best we can. But the definition of wonder is the emotion aroused by something awe-inspiring, astounding, or surprising, and the quality that arouses such emotion, and one that arouses awe, astonishment, surprise, or admiration, a marvel, right? A marvel. So such a fun word. And the quote that I saw was, wonder is the beginning of wisdom. That's Socrates. So it's easy, I think, for all of us to cling to the known outcomes, right? So like when certain things are, I don't know, when things feel uncertain, we can kind of cling to things that we know, right? But what if the outcome that we don't know is even better than what we're worrying about, right? So what if the thing that could be on the other side of it, right? The unknown, the thing that we could be wondering about is even better. So what if there was this amazing outcome, something that we never imagined, but that very well could be our reality if we would just open our mind and our heart to it. And I think that is the magic of wonder, right? So wonder is a powerful thing that can inspire us a deeper sense of connection. It can help us feel like we belong, and it can help us have a stronger purpose. And it allows us to look ahead and feel hopeful, right? So I don't know if any of you guys, I like to say that I am a realist, but some people might say that I can be a little bit of a pessimist. And wonder allows us to see those optimistic opportunities that are in our future. And it allows us to take delight in those little moments, right? Like, have you ever, worked all day and it's kind of a drudgery day, but then when you get to the end of it and you realize that you've marked off all your little items on your to-do list and you're like skipping, that's part of wonder. Or when you go outside and you notice like your plant that's just been green, 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 and you love it, this green little plant, but all of a sudden you see these little buds and you find joy in it, that's wonder. Or listening to those birds, or imagining where they go when they steal all of those seeds, where are they going off to? That is wonder. And so it allows us to take delight in those small, simple moments in our day. So what I found was that wonder is the first of all passions. And that's Rene Descartes. You guys know I butcher every word on here. It doesn't help that I'm a little gross, but there's 7 ways that I looked up, 7 ways to cultivate that sense of wonder, that childlike, if you look at a 2-year-old, they have wonder in everything. And aren't they fun to watch when they waddle around in all these different places and they like put their hand in a little puddle, or they pick up something disgusting, and as the mom you're like, oh gosh, but as the baby they're finding so much joy and wonder in it. So how can we have more wonder, bring more wonder into our life? So first of all, seek out displays of mastery and genius. So go read those amazing books, right? The classics. Go find one, and maybe you have to fight through it. I know I've had to fight through a few, but go find one and fight through it. Go find the Oscar winning actors or different things like that. Go to a museum. Stop and go. Like, have you ever, this weekend, if you guys were at the hotel this weekend, the lobby was absolutely gorgeous. There was this big fountain. Just take a moment to slow down and look at those things. If you made it over to the Ritz, it was incredibly wonderful, right? So just take the time to look around at all of the different things. Get yourself an annual pass to a local museum. Pull up the astronomy of the day picture, right? Like picture of the day. Go look at the bird picture of the day, whatever it is, but go immerse yourself in something a little bit different, but that definitely is part of the master and genius. And next is look at your life. This is a fun one. Look at your life through somebody else's eyes. So try reintroducing yourself to the charms of your own town, right? Go ahead and like pretend that maybe you have a visitor coming to, well, I could say I feel like a visitor still right here in Muscle Shoals, but just pretend like you've got an out of town guest and you're going to bring them into your world. So you're going to show them all the highlights, all the things that you delight in your world. And it definitely changes your perspective because we just get so used to it. Changing our perspective again is number 3, which is approach things from new angles. So for example, when we look at the sunset, what do we look at? I know I look at the sky, right? We look at the sky, all the beautiful colors, it's so gorgeous, but you can change your perspective by look at the ground, right? Watch how the light changes in the trees, then keep going lower and lower and lower. It's a completely different beauty, right? Definitely allows us to appreciate that. And then again, number 4 is change the context. So anything that's familiar that we approach from an unfamiliar context is likely to create more wonder. So, walk at a different pace, right? Or if you normally go one way around your neighborhood, turn around, right? Go the other way. Have you ever, the best way I can think of describing this is, you've ever gone to the airport and you know how they have those little people movers? And you can be walking along, you can walk along next to the people that are on the people mover. But then when you jump on, don't you feel like a superhero? Like you're barely moving your feet, but you are flying down the walkway. And doesn't that feel like so much fun? So it completely changes your perspective on something that is absolutely normal. And then you can go at it the opposite way, slow down, right? Once upon a time, you could absolutely, crazy enough, I read this. I had not done it, so I cannot verify it. I read this. But in a book, it talks about that back in the mid 19th century in Paris, you could take a turtle for a walk. This was a thing. You would go pick up a turtle, you would take it for a walk, for a stroll through the park, purely to slow yourself down so that you could truly experience that walk, right? I would do it. You guys know I would absolutely do this. I would take a turtle for a walk. I think we should all do it at our next event. But just change your speed, either fast or slower, is going to change your perspective and increase your wonder. And then number 6 is get the heck out of Dodge. Many of us just had a chance to do this, but go somewhere new. I don't care if it's just for a 4-hour day trip where you jump in the car, you drive, for 2 hours, run around somewhere new for 30 minutes and jump back in the car, right? But get yourself out of your normal space so that you can see some different things. So leave behind the chores, leave behind the work, and go do something a little bit different. Travel as much as you can, because that just lets us enjoy more of the beauty of this incredible world. And then lastly, change your lenses. So we refer to wonder as a sense of wonder because senses play such a vital role in what we're doing. So if we slow down and focus on each of our senses, we can encourage that wonder. So thank you guys for bearing with me this morning. I'm a little stuffy and a little slow and needed my coaches, but I appreciate all of you just being so encouraging. And this was a fun one. We've got some fun ones all week. So thank you so much, Bill and Susan. And we will be back tomorrow on Friday. I believe it's going to be the coaches and I'm going to sleep in. So love you guys. Hope you have a great Thursday and we can't wait to see you tonight.
Thank you,
You did
Andrea.
great,
Bye,
Andrea.